Hey everybody, it's Michael at Agate, and today I'm cutting some stones. So I have some basic shapes here. This is some green tree agate, and or Jasper, I'm sorry. This is green tree Jasper. And I'm cutting up little pieces like this, and I'm actually making some guitar picks. So I'm just, once again, kind of thinking outside the box here. This is definitely not traditional. But I thought it'd be kind of cool, so that's what I'm going to do. Here is the piece. I put up some little patterns on there. I just took a guitar pick and essentially, traced around it. And I've cut these pieces really thin with my trim saw, so you can see. So these are about, right now, maybe a little over 2 millimeters, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to be using my Cabking, which is right here, and I'll show you as I go. So we're going to start with the coarsest grit, which is the 80 grit here, and we're going to work all the way over to the 3000. So I'll show you step by step. Here's the Jasper that I'm going to be cutting. So I kind of cut them in guitar pick type shapes, and this is the green, or the green tree Jasper. And yeah, so it should be pretty cool, and just kind of do like a rough shape, and then I'll just clean it up with the Cabking. And if you haven't seen the Cabking before, this is kind of what it looks like. It's got 3 wheels on this side, and then 3 more right over here on this side. So we go from 80 grit all the way over to 3000. So we also sell these at Agate. So if you're interested in those, please check them out. I'll put the link below. All right, so let's cut some stones. So I'm adjusting the water. There's a little knob here at the top, right here, that adjusts how much water comes through. So we're just going to turn that on so we have nice steady flow. We don't want to use the grinding wheels without water. So here we go. So I've basically kind of flattened. I'm just doing a flat edge all the way around here. I'm just trying to go for the general shape, and that is it. So I don't care if it's a little bit off. If you've seen guitar picks, they don't all look like a Fender style guitar pick. So I figure, I play guitar, and I can have a little bit of freedom on the shape and maybe make it so that it fits the finger a little bit. So when you're actually playing, feels good. Anyways, so this is the first part. We're going to do this outside, just flatten that, and now we're going to put a slight angle on both sides so it tapers in. So it'll taper from one side up and the other side up. So here we go. I did the angle cuts here, so I did one on this side and then one on this side, and they're just basically going to the center, so you have something that sort of looks like an arrowhead at this point. So honestly, you could make it an arrowhead at this point. So we've only done this first wheel, which is the 80 grit, and we're basically going to subsequently go through all these wheels, all 6, and do the exact same thing. So we're just going to keep working this one edge so that it's nice and smooth. The top part here, the flat part, is actually pretty smooth just from my slab saw. So we will polish this up a little bit, but I kind of almost like a little bit of tooth on it. You probably wouldn't be able to tell that there was a little tooth on there unless I just said it, which I did. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go through all these different wheels, and I guess the important part is just paying attention towards the end with the last 3 wheels, because that's where the polishing actually starts to happen. So the first 3 wheels are really just shaping and making sure that there aren't any little nicks and divots and stuff like that out of here, as there are right there. So we'll just work on cleaning it up. Next we're going to do the 220 wheel. So here we go. We're just going to clean up this edge and make sure that there aren't any little divots or anything. Now that I have this cleaned up, I'm going to go to the 280 grit. And, you know, I'm just applying light pressure. One thing I've kind of noticed with students sometimes is when you first start out, you know, they put a lot of pressure on it, and you really don't have to put a lot of pressure. When you put too much pressure, it does have a tendency to chip your stone, especially when you're on these first two wheels. Now we're going to switch over to this 280, and that's when things are really going to start to smooth out. And I'm going to really try to soften all these edges right now. If I were to really get in here and look at it, I can actually see some little facets just, you know, from the line that I drew for the angle when I did the grinding. Anyways, so we're going to go to this 280. And I'm using lots of water here. What I'm doing here is just basically rotating this and doing the flat side of the stone so that I'm kind of going like this. I'll do it for a little bit and then I turn it. So I just keep going around and round and round and round as I'm sanding it. At this point, we've gone through these three wheels here, and we've got a pretty good shape happening. Here, I'll show you real close. So that's actually looking like a guitar pick, and I think it'll polish up really nicely. So, you know, we've done the 80, 220, and 280, and now we're going to switch over here to the 600, 1200, and then 3000 grit. So this is where the Cabking is really nice. They have all these wheels set up, one right after another, so you can just run right through and you save yourself a ton of time. Not to mention that it has up here a water feed feature, so it automatically pumps water directly to whatever wheel you turn on. So you just go like this, and it's got a water pump underneath. So anyway, we're going to do the 600 grit, and at that point we should really start to see this little guy here really start to polish up. So that's what we're going to do now. So here we go. I'll get a close-up shot for you. Here we go. We're going to do the exact same type of motions and cuts that we did with the first three wheels, and we're just going to continue that until this starts to look polished. So no big surprise here. We're going to go to the 1200, which is this wheel right there, and this is actually starting to look really good. All the little, you know, coarse, you know, marks that were in there from the first three wheels are starting to disappear. The 600 is great. You really start to see it turn into an actual shiny object. So we're going to do the 1200, and then we'll do the 3000. Basically the same type of movements, and then I'll show you the finished piece. this is the last step. We've already polished all through the wheels. So we've gone from 80 grit all the way up to the 3000, and quite frankly, this is looking almost polished right now, as you can see. What we're going to do is actually go one more step, and we're going to use some cerium oxide, and I'll just show you how that's done on the Cabking. So what we're going to do is this lifts straight up like so, and then this plate actually comes right off. So here we go, and now we have this little pad here, and it just goes right in here. And I just kind of spin the wheels. Let me tighten this up. There we go. And then this is a little water feed, and I'll just show you how it works there. Turn it on like that, squirts it out. So if you need a little bit of water squirting at your pad, that's how that works. So I'll show you. I'll just turn it on. So as you can see, that was a little too much water, so I just need this so it's just slightly damp. So I don't really need this feed for this particular thing, but I wanted to show that to you. So next we're going, there's already cerium oxide. There's already cerium oxide on this pad, and we're just going to apply our now guitar pick gemstone against this, and it'll polish right up. So I'm just going to kind of work these edges, and like I said, I'm not going to try to have this center really high polished, just because it's hard to hold on to when you're actually playing. So this will be a little coarser than the outside, but for the most part it will look completely polished. Here we go. Here's the final piece, guys. This is the guitar pick right here. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you. All right, so this is the green tree Jasper or Agate, depending on who you are. Basically what I did is I cut a thin slice, and then I used our Cabking to trim up the rest. So I started with this 80 grit right here. I started with the 80 grit here, and then I worked to 220, 280, then the 600, 1200, 3000, and then I worked on the side here is where I was doing the actual polishing. So that's where I used cerium oxide, and you can find that at most jewelry store supply companies and stuff like that. I do sell these, so if you want to check these out, go to Gotcha Rocks. I have a cool thing where you can spin the machine around on your computer or phone. So anyways, check them out. And these also have other components that can go with them, so you can hook up a trim saw to this as well. So anyways, enough of that. Anyway, we got a cool guitar pick out of it. And please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.